Welcome everybody to Excel in Access, and today's tutorial or video is going to be about formatting, and this is going to go along the series of videos that I will be doing. We're going over training in Excel from beginning to intermediate to advanced. If you're a beginner and you haven't seen my previous video, which is pretty much just going over each of the ribbons and each of the menu tabs in Excel, please check that out first, especially if you're a beginner. It gives you a quick idea of the different types of functions available in Excel and where you can find them. So pretty much what each tab has to offer. So like I said, today's tutorial is going to be on formatting. So let's go ahead and start. So right now I have a pretty much plain and raw spreadsheet, and this spreadsheet has a bunch of data in there. But this is not a presentable data. Working in consulting and being a business analyst for years, I would never give this as a final product to anybody. So I'm going to go ahead and format this so it can be a little bit more presentable. First things first, I'm looking at the alignment of the data. You have some of them which are aligned left, some are aligned right, and some of course are aligned middle. We want all of it to have the same alignment. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to the top left where you see the upside down triangle. There, I'm going to click on that, and by clicking on that it highlights the entire spreadsheet because I want to do one quick formatting change. And I want to align everything middle. So I go here to this tab at the very top where it says alignment, and if I just highlight my pointer over each section or each box, it tells me exactly what each box is going to do. So I want align center, so I click on that and everything aligns center. Alright, so now I've got great center alignment, and so that part is done. The next thing I kind of want to do is the font. I'm looking at the font, and usually when I do reports or in Excel, I like to use Arial or Times New Roman. So I'm going to change the font from Calibri Light, which it is what it is right now, to Arial. So again, I go up to the top left. I want to highlight the entire spreadsheet because I want one quick change, and go into the font box. And at the very top where it says Calibri Light, I'm going to click on that, and of course it gives me a list of fonts that I can use. But like I said, I prefer when doing presentations, especially in a business setting, to use Arial or Times New Roman. So I scroll down and here's Arial. So I'm going to click on Arial. Perfect. But I also want to change the size. Now you can change the size two ways. You can click on this little number box and just click on the size that you want. Or you can go ahead and click on these two little letters. This was to increase the size, this is to decrease the size. But I'm just going to go ahead and make it 12. So when further looking at this, I think I want to use Times New Roman for this and not Arial. I'm going to go back up here and find Times New Roman. Where are you? Times New Roman. Yeah, here it is. Click on that. So there you go. Now I'm noticing that some of the cells are kind of being cut off. Some of the data in the cells are cut off. So I want to make sure that all the data can be seen. So I need to increase the width of the columns. A couple ways to do this. You can highlight the border at the very top, and you can pretty much increase it or decrease the width of the column until you get the column width that you want. But this can be a guessing game in trying to make sure you've increased it enough so that all the cells, all the data in each and every single cells is showing. So the easiest way to do that is to again highlight that border and double click. And then as you can see, it increases the width of the cells to make sure data in every single cell is showing properly. Alright? That's a cute little tip right there. So the next thing I want to do, I'm looking at the data. So it looks like all the cells are pretty much aligned. I've got center alignment. I want to showcase the heading. So there's a few ways I can showcase the heading. I can do a manual showcasing of the heading. Pretty much I can highlight the headings and add the fonts and background colors that I want. Now, I usually like to manually do the heading, but let's say you just want a quick formatting of the entire table. Nothing fancy, just something really quick that you can apply that looks good. Excel does offer some default formatting templates that you can use. Again, I would highlight the table in the spreadsheet. And if you go up here where it says styles and where it says format as table, there are different styles or default templates you can use to format your table. And I've actually used some of that. There's some bosses that prefer just a certain look or style. This is usually the popular one. I've used this one a lot in presenting my spreadsheets. Here's another one. I usually use default templates from the light or the medium. I hardly ever go down here. I just find these really hard to read. But I usually stay up here. And actually, this is the most popular one that I've actually used. Table style medium, and highlights the data, in different colors to kind of allow you to kind of analyze it a little bit clearer. So you can use that if you prefer. And as well as the heading, if you wanted to just format the heading as simple cell style for the heading, if you go to this tab up here, again in the same styles box, and click on that, there's also different formats that you can use to highlight the heading. There's different headings 1, heading 2, and you can pretty much just roll your pointer over each of these styles and it'll actually change here. So you have a preview of exactly of how it would look like if you were to change, if you were to format your spreadsheet using any of these default styles. So you can pretty much do anything you want, but I'm going to go ahead and format it manually. So I'm highlighting the heading. I want a black background, and if you go into the top again where it says font, if you see this little paint bucket about to spill, that is your background font color, fill color. So I want it black. So I already am black, so I'm going to hit black. And then the next dialog box is your actual font color, the actual writing color, and I want it to be white. So there you go. Next thing is, it's the heading. So I don't want it to be the same size as the rest of the data. It needs to be separated. So I'm going to go ahead and make it 16 or 14. 14 sounds good. So now I've got the heading. It's got a nice background color. It's got a nice size, so you can pretty much tell the difference between that and the rest of the data. But by increasing the size font, of course you run into data that of course that's going to run off the cell. So again, there are two ways you can handle this. Again, one way is to wrap the text. I can wrap this so that it fits in the cell properly, and by wrapping it, just go back up here where it says alignment. And if you highlight over there, wrapping text, it just, takes extra long text and makes it, multiplies it, or increases the width, I guess, in a way, so that you'll be able to fit it in. So I can do that. I can wrap the text, and see what it does is, it takes the opportunity, or the word opportunity in dollar signs, and pretty much puts it underneath the word potential. So it keeps everything, all the other cells aligned. Just makes that a little bit bigger. So I could do that, but I don't really want to do that. I don't want to wrap text. And it's really great if you have really, really long text and you really don't want to increase the width of the data. But I don't have really a lot of text. So what I'm going to do is just going to increase the width. So there you go. So that looks nice to me. So I'm going to leave that as it is. So great. So I pretty much got the cell style the way I want, the heading the way I want. So everything looks good. I just see a few things that I need to correct. So let's look at the data itself. Now, in the potential opportunity in dollars, this is supposed to be in dollars, and of course the cells are not formatted in dollars. So I have to go in and format that, as well as chance of cell. It's in decimals, but it should be in percentages. So these are number formatting that needs to be done. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight that potential opportunity in dollars. And I'm going to go up here in this category, numbers. And it has different little boxes you can click on. And of course, here's the dollar sign that I want. And here's a percent sign that I'm going to use. So these are really simple. You can just go ahead and click on the dollar sign. And of course, it's formatted my dollars, my number into dollars. Or you can actually go in here where it gives you an array of selections to choose from to format your numbers. You can have the currency dollar signs, the accounting, or if it's a date, you can format into a short date or a long date, time, percentages, fractions, whatever the format that you need your numbers to be, it will format it for you. Now if you click on here where it says more number formats, it brings out the format cells dialog box, which is a more detailed function of these up here, the font, alignment, number, as you can see. So you can do it from here, and you can pretty much bring up this dialog box from any of these right here by just clicking on that little arrow. Anyways, for the number, you can pretty much set for your currency. How do you want the negative numbers to show? Do you want negative numbers to highlight in red? I like that actually. And how many decimal places do you want it to be? Symbols, what do you want used? So there is a lot of ways you can format this. Once you've picked how you want it formatted, hit OK. So I've chose currency, and I've chose dollars, and I've chose to show any negative in red. But you know what? I think I'm going to go back and do it this way. So all negatives are going to be a negative symbol for that. And then for percentages, just click on percent. Yeah, there we go. Great. So now my actual spreadsheet is looking more of a presentable spreadsheet. And I actually like what I see here. So I'm pretty much done here. But there's a couple more things that I really want to show you actually. So this is a spreadsheet that I would actually present to my coworkers or boss. It's very presentable. You can clearly see in detail what's going on and be able to analyze the information quite clearly if you needed to. But there is one more thing that I want to talk about. Let's say, for example, that I wanted, or someone else just wanted to see account name, account contact, what the potential opportunity in dollars are going to be, and what the chance of sale is. Now, you've already put the spreadsheet together with all this data. You really don't want to go and start deleting this information, especially if this is data is going to multiple folks. So what I would do is hide some of the columns. So you can hide some of this column so you only see what you want to see at that point, and then unhide it when you're ready to see other information. So for example, like I said, I wanted to see potential opportunity and chances of sale. Everything else can be hidden. So what you do, highlight the columns that you want hidden. Then go up to the cells category box and go up to the format and click on visibility. And then click on hide columns. So you can hide rows. If there are rows that you didn't want seen, you can hide the rows and hide the columns. You can even hide the entire sheet when you have several workbooks. So it's however you want, but I just want to hide the columns. And I've hidden those columns. And again, I just want to see this in this. So everything else must go. Format. Hide. And there you go. So now I've pretty much filtered it to only see what I want to see. Account name, account contact, potential opportunity in dollars, and my chances of making a sale. But if I want to go back again and see everything, it's very simple. Just highlight the entire spreadsheet, go back to format, go back to hide, and click on unhide columns, and there you go. All my data and columns and information is there. Pretty simple. So we've pretty much used just about every tab here in the home tab. Other thing I'm going to show you, you can insert a column or you can delete a column. So pretty easy, insert, delete columns. And these are pretty much explanatory. You can copy and paste information wherever you want in data. Like for example here, I want to copy that and then put it here. Pretty simple, right? So there you go. It's everything you need to know on this tab here. And so that pretty much concludes formatting in Excel. And if you have any other questions, please leave comments or questions below. I will be happy to answer any questions. And if you have any additional comments, or if there's something you would like to see that I didn't go over, please let me know. This is pretty much just exploring the home tab, so it's pretty much just basic formatting and all. So If there's something you didn't see or you want clarification, then please leave a comment down below, and I will be very happy to answer it for you. So thanks for watching, and look out for my next video on conditional formattings and pivot tables. So we're going a little bit more intermediate on the next video. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and like so you can get up-to-date training material. All right, thanks again. Bye-bye.